Hi everybody, this is the Healthy Prepper. Today's topic about prepping is going to be one of those lovely topics we always hear about not to bring up during conversation. Religion and politics. Well, today we're going to focus on religion and how it might or might not relate to prepping. I've been doing some thinking about this, and this is not a discussion to debate about different types of beliefs or religions. I certainly respect them all. Whether you go to a church, a synagogue, a mosque, or none of them, or something completely different, that is perfectly fine with me. But this topic is really about how religion is going to affect the prepper before, during, and after an SHTF event. Now, the obvious thing to say might be, well, religion is a very good thing because it gives people a belief system so that they have reasons and convictions and values that help them weather a difficult situation. It will give them strength through their belief and their faith. And I thought about a couple things that I'd like to toss out there and just get your thoughts and feelings on. I've heard some people say that it's God's plan. If an SHTF event happens, it's God's plan. And there's nothing that you can do about it, and things happen, and that is the cards that we've been dealt, and so be it. And other folks will say, put everything into God's hands. And if you put everything into God's hands, then you may or may not feel the need to prep because you feel God is going to take care of everything, and that may very well be the case. Or you may go along the lines of, I'm trying to interpret this statement that's heard often, is God helps those who help themselves. This to me sounds more in line with the prepper lifestyle. In other words, basically, get off your duff and do something about it while you can, whatever you can, and live for today but prepare for tomorrow type of philosophy. Now, what really got me thinking about religion and prepping pre, during, and post SHTF situations is what's going to happen after an event. My guess would be that it would be natural for groups to gather together, possibly people from the same churches, synagogues, or mosques, or whatever have you, and pull together. There's a strong sense of community, people helping each other out, that type of thing. There are some strong beliefs and feelings towards never stealing in certain different religions, and this might come into play for folks if they're finding that their supplies are running out and their family is at risk of starving or not having medication. And what would they do if there were no supply lines in place? Would they actually have to break their religious code and scavenge / possibly steal from any other source, whether it's occupied or not? How would that all come into play for folks who have strong religious convictions? It might be a very, very difficult time. Although you could also go back to the line of God helps those who help themselves. Just kind of curious as to what you're all thinking about how organized religion might come into play. Right now we probably have a lot of structure in place for organized religion. And then we also have spirituality and beliefs that are not part of organized religion that also have the ability to carry people through difficult times. So I certainly respect all different ways of looking at things. I don't see any as right or wrong. I don't see an atheist or an agnostic as right or wrong either. Folks who don't believe in the existence of God or the afterlife, or folks who are just not sure. The way I see it as, good things and bad things happen whether you believe in God or not. So it just makes sense for me to prepare. Another aspect I wanted to bring up about religion relating to prepping is after an SHTF event happens and a lot of the primary organizational structure is gone, little micro groups will begin to form, and possibly a lot of the original leaders may have been wiped out during the SHTF event, and new leaders might come up, or, somebody who's just sort of in charge of the group. What will these new clusters be like? Will they be good? Will they be healthy for the people? Will they be a place of community, respite? Will they be a place of sanctuary? Or will some of them have the potential to turn into some type of cult, some type of strange offshoot of, something that was healthy before but now is turned questionable? Possibly people will start to insert their own individual beliefs and assertions and things like that. Maybe they will even start to create their own versions of how to do a mass, how to handle a funeral, how to worship. Things may change greatly, and the doctrine may change greatly. It'll be very interesting to see what sprouts up afterwards. And some may be very gentle and caring and loving and nurturing, and others may be hostile and violent and more cult-like in nature. So those are the thoughts of the day, just thinking about religion and how it relates to prepping specifically, before, during, and after an SHTF event. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this one, folks. Please feel free to share, and I'd love to discuss it. So here we go. Take care, everyone. Happy and healthy prepping.